This message is going to find the people who it's meant to find. That's what I'm trusting right now. And I know that this is an urgent message because I specifically heard that in my bed, and that's why I'm here. Because I was not planning on doing another reading today, but the spirit said that there was something urgent. So I got the Death in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse, first of all. And what I got from that is that, and I'll show you while I talk, so many problems that you've stopped wanting to even start new projects. And I don't know if this is a project or actually like a love situation or a friendship situation, but I got falling through, devastated. So I do feel like you've just been devastated so many times by something that you're like, you're sick of it. You don't want to keep facing these endings, like they're over and over again, and you have this passion within you to do the work and to make things work, and it's not working. It always fails for you. It seems like it's not that everything fails for you, but this one thing always seems to fall through for you. And so you were previously very eager and ready and like just excited for life and for whatever this thing is that you wanted to do, or this person is that you wanted to date, or these people. And it always seems to be taken away from you. Things just seem to be taken away, and it seems very unfair, and it just feels like you're ready to give up. But I also got, with this death card here, see the moth there? I got moth to a flame, and what I channeled from that was someone may have used you, walked all over you, seduced you into a course of action specifically by using something they knew you loved, and when it was time to reap rewards, they took it all away from you. So they took the rewards and they walked away with them. So it almost sounds like somebody cheated you in business or something like that. But this could also be cheated you in a relationship. And so you're stuck in loss. So, and we also have I got some other cards here. So we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Five of Cups. So again, stuck in loss, stuck and lost. That's what those two mean. And then we have the Man of Swords, which I was actually thinking it was the Sage of Swords. So now that changes things. But honestly, I still think that's a good sign for the end of the of this, especially because this was not in reverse. It's like you are stuck in this loss. You're stuck in this cycle of loss and then going back to it. So you might keep coming back to someone who doesn't deserve your love, or a job that doesn't deserve you. You might be coming back to a situation that is just not. You know it's not working. Like you know that it's not for you. It's like maybe it's a situation that you enjoy, a job that you enjoy, but when you try to go back to this kind of job, it just never works because it's not aligned with you, and that's why it keeps failing. But you are figuring this out with this Man of Swords, which I love that this was there, because once I was really afraid because I had like an issue with my roommate who beat me. Should have said TW before that, but he twice, and then I couldn't get out because of money problems. And then when I finally did, it was like just before I finally did, I went and got a tarot reading, and the last card was the outcome, and I couldn't see anything positive in it, and it was the King of Swords, and she was like, "Don't you see it's a good thing?" And I was like, I don't know. I just couldn't. I didn't know. And it was just me figuring out a way out, and finally getting my own studio where I didn't have to deal with roommates like that, or any roommates at all. So I do feel like you're figuring a way out of this, okay? But there is still a storm warning, okay? Don't click away, because this is like the last one. This is the last storm, because the next one we have number 22, lovely, yin and yang, okay? So you're balancing things out and getting abundance from this. And what did I write here? You will find a way, Knight of Swords. You'll find a logical solution. Stop going back to the storms. Stop going back, or the storms will continue. Okay, it reminds me of Shannon Storms Bedore. If you know, if you know, you know. It's Real Housewives of Orange County. Things will balance out, and the storms will leave you with a valuable story to tell that will help others avoid the same fate. So that's what's urgent about this, is that all of these storms that you've gone through, and this storm that might be coming up, you do have the logic, and you have the speed and the wit to get through this. You really do. And it doesn't have to continue being like this. But you do need to let go of this. You have to let go of it once and for all. Okay. And that might be the storm. It just might, it hurts to let something go, but it's like, as soon as the storm passes, because it's a quick storm with this Knight of Swords, the balance is restored, and it brings in something that will bring you abundance, whether that be in love or money. But I do feel like there is some kind of money here, because or even you're bringing in abundance for other people, because I definitely got the message that whatever you're going through, the lessons that you're learning from this, you're going to look back and you're going to realize how valuable those lessons have been, and you're going to be telling those stories to other people and helping them avoid the same mistakes that you made. And that's the biggest thing. That's part of the reason why you've been going through this, not just to teach yourself these lessons, but also to teach other people these lessons, because there are people in this world who also have a mission, and you are here to help them complete their mission without so much delay. And because things are getting a little bit more critical in the energetic sphere, in the world sphere, and the slowness that the world usually goes in, and the divine timing is speeding up. Things are speeding up for everyone, and so we need you to balance this out, okay, and to start telling your story, okay. And this is for somebody specific, especially for that part. Okay, so if it resonates, it resonates. And even if it doesn't, though, I want you to really take that into consideration, that maybe there will be a day that you'll be telling your story and helping other people. Okay, because your story is, you just don't know. You just don't realize yet, how important your story is, for this collective on Earth. Okay, I'm getting earth wounds. So even healing the wounds of the earth itself, the energy of the earth, the trauma of the earth. Um, and so I feel like, uh, this story to me, it doesn't have it there's something missing in it, and I understand that, and that's probably because this was going to be for a few different people. But I did say, when I specifically asked my question, urgent specific message for someone or someone's in the collective, please. So I specifically asked for just a few people, basically, because I really felt like there's somebody out there who needs this specific message. So if you want to, in the comments, fill in the blanks for me. If you want to, don't feel pressured, of course. But just know that this death in reverse, it needs to be turned upright. This cycle of death needs to go, because your energy can only take so much before you burn out. And I do feel like that's what's going to happen. You you it's not because you're not good enough that you've been failing at this. It's not to do with you. It's to do with the people that you're working with, or it's to do with the fact that your energy is not aligned. And I think it's both of those things. So you can't take all the blame in this, and you do have responsibility. Don't get me wrong, you have responsibility, but it's not so that you blame yourself. It is so that you remember next time how to navigate this, and how that and to identify your other skills that are much more potent, that you can be using, because you have them. You already have this skill that you've been using with this situation, and it's very powerful. But there's something much more powerful that you have, and it has to do with storytelling. It does. It has to do with helping other people see the light before they would otherwise see it. And people say, well, we can't save people if they're not ready. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can tell our stories. And if it resonates with people, we can save them. And it's not always going to resonate with everybody, but we can save people from a lot of misery if they hear the story at the right time in the right way. Okay, if we tell it the wrong way, then they're not going to resonate. And that's the thing. You know how to tell the story in the right way. You know how to tell the story in a way that they're going to embrace, because people like to try to convince people of things, and even I do that, like just in a way that's not helpful, like it's aggressive, or it makes people feel bad about themselves, and that's not how you're going to do it. Like that's not your way. And maybe your way is tough love in some ways, but I don't think for most of you that's what it is. But if that is your way, then it's not going to work with everybody, but it will work for who it needs to work with. But I just think, and I keep seeing these balloons. I don't know if you can see them, and I felt like they were like little pustules, to be honest, or little like alveoli in the lungs or something. So definitely, again, with this, like the air energy, breathing, the blood. Somebody needs to get a blood test. I actually heard that for myself, so I'm doing that this week. Getting the, and this is not political. If you don't want to do this next part, don't do it. Okay, just don't do it. But getting a COVID vaccine, because you never know, and it's just going to save you a lot of trouble. It's if not to get COVID, but you don't, do what you want with that. I'm doing that also this week. And again, she's stuck here. You see how she's stuck in those clods? She's stuck, but she's stuck in something pure. She's stuck in silk. She's stuck in like a soft silk. So she can slide out, but she doesn't want to, because it's so comfortable in there. So there is something that it's like it probably is a relationship, if it's this, or just a work situation, yeah, that you're comfortable in it in a way. And by comfort, I don't mean like physical comfort. I just mean like it's easy. It doesn't take any extra thought. And there is an extra thought that needs to be put into these next steps. But you have to get out of this. This is sapping you of your vital life force energy. Okay, it's sapping you. It will not be able to continue for much longer. And the people who are trying to draw you in with this are going to continue to use you. Okay, and they don't deserve that. They don't deserve you. You don't deserve to be used. They don't deserve you. Okay, any other last messages for the collective, please? Whew. I get so riled up with these messages. I try to keep my cool, but like on the inside, I'm like I get a little tense. I'm like, oh my gosh, these people, that are screwing with my collective. Like I would light a black candle on them if I knew them. Like I would. I would. And especially when I got the word devastated, that just, I'm so sorry. I don't know if who that's for, but like if you feel devastated, that is uh, just terrible. I just feel like this heavy weight in your heart, and you've got to work on your heart space. You've got to start today. Work on the liver chi meridian. Okay, we were talking about that yesterday, but that's really important for this collective. Working on liver chi stagnation. You can go to my video from yesterday, and I put a link for medical qigong, and that will help that. And literally, it helped me. Like I just did it one time, and I could feel all the symptoms of the liver chi stagnation go away. So, and that's basically blockage. That's what a blockage is when it starts to become physical. And before it becomes a serious disease, it turns into a meridian problem, right? Okay, second chakra. Yeah, it's making your stomach hurt. It's blocking your creativity, and that's what it is. I got that the other day. This death energy needs to come through. It needs to ride through on its horse, and your sacral will be unblocked. Okay, and then where did it go? And the magician and the mirror. I was watching another reader, and she got this the other day, and she said surreal. So yeah, this situation does feel very surreal to you. It feels like it's never ending with that the infinity symbol there on the top. He feels like it's never ending, and it feels like there are different, like that people are just too different in this. It's like that. They don't share the same values, and that's what it is. You have to find a group. If this is about a group of people or another person in general, you have to have somebody or somebody's that share your values. It's not like you have to share every value, but if you don't agree on the most basic of things, y'all are not meant to be working with each other. And we can't convince people to be a good person. And this is going to, if I continue, it'll get political, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. We can't convince people not to grab them by the we can't convince people not to do that or to think that that's okay. We can't convince people of that, and that is okay. But we don't need to work with those people if it's close, and we can't work closely with those people if we don't align with that. And I don't think anybody here aligns with that. So let's get one of these cards. This was for me, but I love the color of this card. And it's, I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. But let's get one for you, and that'll be the final message, because I've said final message like 3 times right now. So final message, final advice. It's all love, by the way, in this deck, which it always is. That really is the best advice. But it's all love in this deck. That's what the only advice is. But it's in different contexts. So what's the advice for this collective, please? Instead of praying, okay. Instead of praying for an outcome, for an outcome, sorry. Instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all. Okay, so you're trying to, you do have some energetic work to do as far as spreading your love. You need to spread. It's not just that you need to bring it into yourself, which you do, and that's the first and foremost, the most important thing, is to bring love into yourself, for yourself, and work on your own heart space. But when you do, even after just one session of working on your heart space, it is open enough that you can go out and do this activity that Spirit gave me once, which is to imagine that your heart energy is being left behind in a sort of thread or a line behind you. And what that does is it leaves in an energy of love everywhere you go, and you're blessing the world with that love. And love is infinite, so you never lose it. And by doing that, it also brings it in back to you. You are going to get rewarded. It's not about karma. It's just about cause and effect. And also, you're vibrating higher with more love when you do that. So of course, more love is going to come to you. So yeah, also going out into nature, walking in a field. Maybe you live in farmland, going out and walking in a cornfield, if that's something you like to do, or walking in the forest, going by a river, um, and looking at the moon. um, yeah. So but also the advice, I think we already said, was ending this cycle. Ending this cycle. It is time, my love. It is time. Okay. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I beg of you. Like literally, please. And also, leave a comment down below and tell me how it resonates. You don't have to tell me your life story unless you want to. I am happy to hear it. But you're not obligated to do that. Also, in the links down below, you have my link to my personal readings, which I would love to give to you, and my other social media. And if you're still here, I'm going to give you one more card because you stayed. So thank you. One more quick card for the collective who stayed. And I usually do this because that way people stay till the end. 5 of Cups again. Okay. But this time it's upright. So I feel like by listening to this reading, some blockages were worked through, and Spirit wanted you to understand that. There was just energetic blockages already been worked through. We received some activations and healings from this message. So I wasn't sure if I was an activator, but I guess I am. I don't know. So, well, now I know. So yes, good job with that. And work on your liver chi meridian and just your meridians in general. Medical qigong would be really good for you. Um, Feldenkrais and Buteyko breathing also really good. Okay, have a great day. Bye.